Hello everyone, welcome back to Railway Cottage Studio. It's Karen. I've popped down here again to my studio. It is, what day is it today? Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Just coming down to try and get clear in my head how I'm going to go forward with this Roxy Journal of Stitchery Volume 8 quilt. I've put my panels out on this table. It's really hard to see, which is why I'm just holding it by hand at the moment. And I'll show you what my brain is doing. I've done 9 panels, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they are a little bit wider than my table, so I've just chuffed my ironing board over here so I can have the overflow into the ironing board, which isn't working particularly well, but it's helping. I've then gone on with the first prompt for doilies, and I've put my favourite doilies out and about. And then the second prompt was something thrifted. I think everything I own is thrifted. I particularly love, though, this little group of hexagons that I've made from thrifted doilies. So that's my something thrifted, as well as this beautiful food cover, drinks cover that I'm going to add there as well. It's all ragged and gorgeous. That was thrifted as well. So at the moment, what I've done is I've stitched the bottom 3 together. I've stitched the 3 rows together because it's not a very big piece. I thought I might try doing it all as one, because the problem is, again, because it's not a very big piece, I can't fit the pieces on the panel that I want to. And I'd rather stitch it all down than stitch a bit and not sure what's happening next. So I've kind of just laid out a background of my blue and brown bits. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch the rows together, and I'm going to work with it as one big panel. So I haven't done that before. This is new to me, which is good. And I'm going to stitch on all of these items where they are. And that will be basically my background and the first 2 prompts. I say that like it's going to take 2 minutes. It's going to take a long time. And then what I'm going to do is up here, you can see on my ceiling, I have another curtain rod, and I'm going to chuck a sheet up there, sew a channel onto it. Ignore all the bits down here that haven't been finished with the renos. Chuck a sheet up here with a channel so I can pin it up and see it all, because I really do need to see the whole thing as I go, because we won't talk about the fact that Home is Where the Heart is still on that end, like, because it's supposed to be finished. That's okay. So this is my other little workspace. I'm working on my little granddaughter's ABC book at this space. So this is where I'm up to. I did a fox page yesterday. I found this beautiful fox needlepoint, and so I'm just doing the little embroidered alphabet letter now. But just to touch base with you and show you where I'm up to with this. This is my plan. It's different to what I've done before, which is good, something different. I've done 3 big slow stitch quilts the other way, so I'm going to try this way. And because it's so much smaller, it's much more manageable. And because also these will be the background, so it's nowhere near as dense. My challenge is to be less dense. I wonder if I can do it. So I've put some of my favourite things on. Have a look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This one, this little guy that I got from somewhere. One of the flags that was left from Nautica, which I just love. I'd love to actually, I might just sew that actually just at the top. Haven't decided yet. I made some half square triangles from offcuts of doilies. I was thinking about doing the whole background for this quilt like this, and then I lost the will to live, so I stopped. This is a beautiful piece of old quilt that I got from Lisa Maddox's forage shop when it was at the Sydney Craft and Quilt show. So that is a perfect little spot for that there. And then some other beautiful doilies, etc. So I'm happy with that as my kind of very balanced brown and blue background. And then because I've had to move everything off the table, I have no idea where everything is. So it could take me a while to find things that I need. So what I might do is I might pin my doilies, etc. in place. Then I'm going to pull them apart and stitch the pieces onto, for example, I'll pin that just so it's on this side. Once I've done that with all the pieces, I'll put my rows together and stitch it all down for my background. So that's my plan. So I will start to film once I've created a bit more of a usable space, and I'm only working on one part. Just saw that this one has got the green in it. I don't want that one. Let me see. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I'll go a bit more slowly. I did do a couple of the half square triangle panels. And like I said, I did think about doing the whole back of this quilt like that and then using the back of it, which is a really good plan, but I just don't have the time, sadly. So it's a good idea if someone else wants to do it. I want this one here because I don't want that much green. Get off. This one has a little bit of green, but not as much. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with you yet. I don't want it to emulate that too much. So stitching whole doilies down. This is going to be my background. I'm going to stitch that kind of wonky, excuse me, like it is. Some beautiful other little bits and pieces. And then that will be my background ready. So this will take me a little while. But in my head, I can see this finished product now. I'm going to do what I did for the Sewers Village quilt. The Sewers Village quilt was part of the challenge for the Australasian Quilt Show, and it is traveling. The challenge was, the theme was on the map. So I did a village made up of roads made out of doilies and little wonky log cabin houses, showing the journey that vintage fabrics make from one home to another till they find the home of a lover of such things. And so with that quilt, I actually bound the whole quilt in Suffolk puffs, and I'm going to do the same on this. So I need to get started making a whole heap of Suffolk puffs in blue and brown. So that's another job for me to do. But yes, I loved the Suffolk puff binding on that, so I'm going to do that again on this. So I can see it now. So now it's just a matter of doing it. So thanks for popping in. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. I seem to have got quite a few little new peeps over the last few days. I imagine that's from Sarah and Rachel's videos. So thank you so much for coming over. I hope you find something to inspire you. And I hope to see you again.